Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 173 of Moogle Go Round Radio. Yay, we're back! We're back, Paul!
Woo,
we're back!
We're back!
Heck yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I
welcome
felt
back.
I feel like I felt like I've been gone for like 3 months, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, you haven't streamed for a while because I took those weeks.
I streamed like
and then
once
you were
for the last
ill,
month.
and then so technically Paul's back for now.
I should be back this weekend, hopefully streaming.
I still haven't finished Fantasy 16, so there's still that. So
neither am I.
Paul, though,
Appreciate
before we
it.
get into this, we do have a wonderful guest. They are part of a lovely podcast. They stream on Twitch on twitch.tv Asylum. I said his name wrong again.
He said it wrong again.
No, you're good. You're fine. No worries at all.
And they support us a lot on Twitter. They are a lovely individual, and you should go check them out. And they have joined us today for this podcast. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation.
So, do you want to tell us how you got into doing Final Fantasy 14 stuff before we start talking about stuff? And what you do? Just do a general little chit-chat.
Yeah, of course. All right, so online, I'm known as Croatoan, and I run the S1 Collate, which is my platform that's pretty much a bunch of stuff, because I obviously am not able to pick just one thing. But I do Twitch. I have Twitch and my YouTube channel that go by the same name. And my main coverage and stuff I do like to do is essentially lore content. So I cover a lot of lore-related things for a bunch of different video game titles and for tabletop. And so, of course, the main side of this platform came out of my experience with Final Fantasy 14. I started playing in 2015 because time is insane, and it's already been 8 years since I started playing this game. But started right after Heaven's Ward had come out, and I remember playing. I managed to get it because the person, it wasn't a roommate. It was like the person that owned the house that I was living at the time had a PS3 for sale, right? And so I was like, oh, hey, let me buy this thing because he was offering it. Paid for it, opened up the PlayStation Store. This is my first time with online gaming, by the way. I've never had any of these experiences before. And I open up the store and I see the paladin attacking a dragon. And I was like, I think it was like Heaven's Ward's like precursor ads and stuff that they had in the store. They were celebrating the launch and everything, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And that's where it started. It's so weird because like everybody I know has played Final Fantasy through like a friend invited them, or they're like, oh hey, look at this ad, we should play this together. And they always have groups that get into it. Yeah, I just downloaded it because it looked cool all by myself. And here we are now, 8 years later, still playing, still covering lore content, and just getting involved where I can.
And you've made a bunch more friends.
I know, it's so crazy. I do love the amount of people I've met through Final Fantasy 14 is insane. I mean, and personal reasons and all that stuff, but like, I met my girlfriend through Final Fantasy, right?
Oh, congrats.
And yeah, like I've met this, like super cool FC members. There's people I've met with like, I don't know if you know Lure Lounge. I got to meet them. I've hung out with them before. Sly and just all these people.
Lounge. Yeah.
So yeah, Lure Lounge. They do their shows every weekend. It's just so many cool things.
Primal Behemoth,
so many
correct?
Cool people.
I think it's on Primal Behemoth, right? Lure Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lure is on Ultros.
I love
Wait,
it how
my
you
old
say-
server.
I love it how you say behemoth.
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 No,
What?
I got behemoth.
Behemoth.
It works.
It sounds better.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, no, I've just met a lot of really cool people. The game itself is, one of my biggest hyperfixations, of course. I could talk about it for hours and just go off on everything, everything that I've experienced in the game world and with some of the community members. And yeah, it's awesome. I enjoy it, and I'm super excited to see what's going to be happening in the next what we got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next era of the game.
2 weeks we get the graphic overhaul announcement,
Yep.
and then we get the new expansion announcement. It's going to be pretty crazy. So I'm hyped to see what's in the future.
No, I
classes.
Yeah.
Well, no, we won't hit. I don't think we'll hear about new classes in 2 weeks.
No, but soon we'll be hearing about
soon
new
in
classes.
October.
They're gonna hint. I think they're gonna hint at one.
Yeah.
They're
Unless
doing
we're gonna
the traditional way. Yeah.
Unless go check out Mioni's video. Unless Mioni's right and they have 2 jobs and 1 limited job. In which case, if there's a limited job, that might get announced.
Oh yeah,
enough.
they were talking about trying to
Pretty cool.
introduce others. I remember that previous fan fest. They were talking about trying to get like Puppeteer and Beastmaster.
That'd be cool. I definitely know what I want to see at this fan fest. I hope, and a lot of people will hopefully want to see it, and that's female Hrothgar.
Yeah, no, they're definitely overdue.
If
Definitely
if they announce that, because I know that people want us to do a fucking what they called. Chili, what the people want us to do? A subathon. That was it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like one of those goals. I was going to do the whole story as a like from start to finish. Obviously, all the way from around we born to where we are now as a female Hrothgar.
Yeah.
So I was like,
okay.
I think
Fine,
that as like a goal.
Then I will be a male Vera. No, I can't agree to that goal.
But no, this would be like a whole new character, just like leveling up.
Like it says, a subathon, do it you won't. We plan to, we just don't. I've joked saying the fact that I'll legally change my name to Chili for the subathon goal. That's one of the not my whole name, by the way. I will still have a surname, but my main first name I will change it to Chili. But I don't want to do the subathon and do that as a goal until after FanFest, because I don't want to arrive at EU FanFest with my tickets and it says Ben and now my legal name is Chili and have any issues.
And you can't get in. Oh, no.
So
that's great.
So I don't want to be screwed out of FanFest. Flighthead says I'm not going to FanFest.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
Booked it all. We can't. Chili can't have problems now.
Yeah, I booked a hotel under my name and booked FanFest tickets under my name. So.
Oh God, that means if he does change his name, I'll be fucked as well. Oh, no.
Yeah, you cannot. No name change.
Sleep in the closet like I did, Paul. That's what real FanFest players do.
No, I was in the closet for most of my young adult years. No, I don't want to go back. PTSD.
Bring me a new toy back, Chili. I don't buy any FanFest merch.
I mean, actually,
I buy a lot of merch. I need to be careful. Cause
by the way, like says they think it's going to be Geomancer.
Yeah, and
I don't think Geomancer is going to be a thing. Hey, carry on.
No, you're good. They've already mentioned it a bunch of times in the story, so I feel like at this point, if they haven't introduced it yet, they probably won't. But I'm always down to be surprised.
Geomancer story-wise is basically a scholar of the earth.
Right.
In the simplest term.
They networked into the Doman lore, so it's like people. I think a lot of people would complain and say it would be exactly the same thing. You know, you bring it out, and they're like,
"Yeah,
it does the exact same thing as white meat." So yeah.
All I want, and I will. I might even switch to Astrologian for this if they do it for me. Like,
yes, the Astro rework.
All I've said this. I've said I wanted this, and I'll admit I'll switch to Astro just for this. Just if they've done it for me, they specific. OCP, this is a podcast, and like, damn, Chili, that's a good idea, and I'm doing that.
Hey, we can submit it. We should submit it.
Okay,
submit this episode to Yoshi P.
Right. You know, Astro has the discard ability where they get rid of a card.
Yeah.
Like you draw a card, you're like, oh no, it's not balanced. Throw it away. I want them to add it so that, and I've said this multiple times in multiple different podcasts, so I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. I want the redraw ability to be a dot. I want you to throw the card away at the enemy so it does a small amount of damage and a paper cut.
Gambit style toss.
Yeah.
Like, nice.
Yeah, you're just going to be Gambit from X-Men.
From X-Men, yeah. I love
my favorite.
Because redrawings feels such a waste.
Well, yeah, because I feel so sorry because obviously we get in the Astro rework and the Dragoon rework. I feel sorry for people that actually like Dragoon and stuff. I do feel sorry for them because they're like, oh, I really like how Dragoon is now, but yeah, there's just they can't add anything else to it because it is just a really good class right now.
Yeah, it's a good balance. Yeah, it's like
so this is like, well, guess what, guys? Fuck you. We're gonna remake it. You like your class that much?
Man,
nope.
Reggie, I know you can't hear me, so this is awkward, but tap twice if you're okay. I can't hear because I'm in the basement and the laptop but has no audio, but I want to say hi and wish you all a great stream. And also we did laundry, that's why we're in the basement. They were doing laundry on stream.
Okay.
But to be fair, Twitch is also broken because it looks like we have viewers, but it also says we have 0 viewers. So
Twitch looks like it's throwing a fit a little bit.
Pet, what is this? Neopets? Where's my pet?
I would like to see that. I would like to see what they actually do with Astro in general because Astro, they've changed it so many times that I think they need to find. Obviously, the rework should be great for it. Give the complete remake of it. I think
has every expansion had a rework to Astro?
Yeah, but not like a full rework. They've like changed bits and bobs, kept like few things. I think just a full,
not like how they did Summoner or anything. Yeah.
I want them to give them the Summoner effect.
I still find it funny. Wasn't Mr. Happy on when I was the one who announced the Dragoon rework by accident, and then it got announced?
Yes.
They're like, oh yeah, remember that rework that Dragoon's getting soon? And then
like,
he's like, what? Rework what?
Like, what?
And then the week after, they're like, Dragoon's getting a rework. I'm like, oh, oops.
I would love. Obviously, I've said this in a couple of. I've said this in a couple of episodes that how I want them to do Dragoon is that how they do Summoner a little bit, where they could bring like a dragon in like a worm or something to come in and like do cool like jumps and abilities with. I think that
Paul basically wants 11, but with better graphics and gameplay.
Yeah, with better graphics.
I have been hearing a lot of requests for the 11 Dragoon build.
Yes, please.
Ward. So it must have been really good. But, like, I mean, I don't have any experience with it, but it must have been really good because I know it's consistent.
Okay.
It used to steal my XP, man.
Yeah, it did. In the original Dragoon build, basically, because because you had a Wyvern that fought with you, but the Wyvern you could summon could only come every 2 hours.
Oh.
And it had a health bar. So, if you played it okay, there's a huge chance your Wyvern's not going to die, and it stays up. And then if it does die, the 2-hour time limit's over, and you can just summon it again. Because it had no actual time limit itself, only a health limit, and you could heal it. It was a targetable thing, so it wasn't like it was like, oh, it's low on health, it's dead. I can't do anything. But it was some of your damage. So if you did like a fire-based weapon skill. Because the weapon skills were actually tied to elements. Because you could.
They left that in the game for a while until you read.
Because what the whole point was in that is the fact that you. By the way, I'm sorry, I don't remember the skill chains off the top of my head.
But
let's just say you did a fire skill tree, fire weapon skill, and a water weapon skill. If you do the Dragoon does the fire weapon skill. And you do a water-based weapon skill as a monk, it would then do a fusion skill chain, which then a huge fireball would appear on the enemy, which then means that if you had a mage, they could then do a fire spell, and then they would get a percentage buff to fire damage because it is during the skill chain, so they would get a fire magic burst.
Okay, that's cool. That sounds cool to see.
Like there was all different. Like there was like a one where the enemy gets sliced with precision, and there was all like loads of different ones. And then there's like this basic one like the darkness skill chain where like a void appears, and then the light skill chain where a bright explosion of light appears. And of course, depending on the element you use the element for the mage. So light, you'd use a holy spell as a paladin, and darkness you would just use like bio or drain. I think would work. Their dark aspected abilities. So you would magic burst off that, and that's... Anyway, I'm going off Dragoon, but Dragoon's pet...
No, you're good.
...would actually try and... the Dragoon's pet had elemental breaths. So if you did a fire skill chain, your Wyvern would then do a fire magic burst.
That's pretty sick.
Or a lightning magic burst, or an ice magic burst. Also, if you're a Dragoon and you would sub a healer, so if you went Dragoon/White Mage or Dragoon/Red Mage, when you use the cure, the Wyvern would also use a healing spell.
See, that's pretty cool, because that kind of reminds me of the Dragonborn in D&D Conspect, where different types of dragons, they have like a gold aspect dragon, or like a red... If you're a red aspect dragon, you'd like breathe fire. Green, I think it was acid and stuff. Yeah. That's what that reminds me of. I think that'd be cool.
Of course, when it first came out, they balanced everything around the pet being some of your damage, so the Dragoon's damage was lower. So if your pet had died, it kind of really bad DPS, and it counted as a party member, and party member XP was split. So the pet counted as part of your party. So therefore, everyone's XP was decreased.
Oh. Okay.
And it's not like 14 where it was dungeon-based content. In 11, your XP system was... you would find a corner on the world map and then pull and kill stuff. And
I remember that. See, I would say the most of my 11 experience is based on what I was told was echoed through Eureka. So, pulling and killing to get XP,
Yeah, that's basically
I was told that's basically why Eureka is the way it was designed.
But then you'd also have like magic burn parties. You'd have fist burns, holy burns.
I do enjoy me a good fist burn.
Fist burns were some of my favourite parties because they were dangerous as hell. Because monks had a bonus damage against undead, because blunt damage did more damage against skeletons.
Oh wow! Okay.
You would go to King Ramper's tomb around 70-ish, I think it was, and you would just camp there to get merit points because you could burn the skeletons. You'd have 5 monks and a healer. So, yeah. But the issue is there was also a really powerful monster that could walk around there that sometimes spawned. So, you either were okay and you kill everything and you're a winner, or the dragon would spawn and you would all have a bad time. Because I think the dragoon had a 24 to 48 hour window.
Yeah.
So you could be there.
Wow.
I actually have a question for you guys. I don't know. Have any of you guys played Scholar?
Yes.
I've leveled it, yes. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's underwhelming to play Scholar?
No. I enjoy it.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
I found it underwhelming. Like, it wasn't like pretty, like it wasn't, I didn't get the satisfaction of healing as a scholar.
It's a different type of it's a different type of healing though. It's a different satisfaction. Because White Mage, it's all about panic healing after you've taken a hit, and then Scholar, it's all about doing damage before you get hit. So it's really different play styles. So anyway, we don't have that long with you tonight, so we should talk about some of the topics that we have planned, probably.
You're good.
You know what? We'll drop that one. Okay, we'll go straight to the Mog Station. People can go buy stuff.
Woo! Mog Station!
So the update, the patch 6.45 has been announced. 6.45 will drop on Tuesday. We have found that out. And we're going to get some new...
You got 1 week. 1 week before FanFest to complete things.
Oh, no.
Well, there'll be no story stuff, so it really doesn't matter that much.
Right.
But you got Blue Mage.
That outfit looks so good.
Oh, I didn't see the outfit. Let's have a look. I don't think I'll be replacing my current outfit, but maybe. We'll see.
That's fair. I like the aesthetic. There's a lot of filigree on that.
Yeah. Thoughts on it? What's everyone excited for Blue Mage? Are you all ready to do Blue Mage stuff? It looks like we got to do the innocence.
Oh yeah, I mean, at least on my end, I know I get excited about Blue Mage because if you've ever opened up the Blue Mage spell book when you're getting the new spells, they do this like crazy lore dump of how magic works in Final Fantasy 14. Like, I mean, probably some of the most profound information in terms of how things actually work in the game. Because they explain how the attacks work, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Let me get all of them because I want to know all the different information bits. And they've dropped a lot of really cool hints to future content through Blue Mage. So pretty exciting stuff. I want to see how they're going to be depicting all the level 80 stuff. You know, the first and Novarent, how that's going to work out.
Paul, are you ready for Blue Mage stuff?
Yeah.
No, I'm like.
Oh, I'm leveled. I'm ready at it. I think the only thing I haven't done is get that the firebomb cane, but that one's a little rough.
The what? The firebomb cane.
Yeah, so they're like secret. I guess they're not secret, but they're like hidden awards that if you complete the tournament challenges a certain way, you get a special weapon as a result. And so there's an ice cane and a fire cane, and I have the ice one. Like it like freezes solid when you pull it out. It's super cool looking. But there's a bomb that actually catches fire. It's a cane bomb. And I think the requirement is that you can't get hit at all during one of the main fights. And I'm like, I did not know how to do that. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's a strategy thing. But yeah, if you manage to not get hit in the final fight, you get a cane that's basically it's a bomb that's on fire. It's super cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just want to get through all the log stuff.
So the log. Yeah, get all the cool. You get a lot of cool tombstone drops and stuff.
Paul says you like the outfit. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I like the outfit because again, it just reminds me of the Dragon Age outfit that like Cullen had in Dragon Age. It's just kind of cool. I'm hoping it can die. Like nice.
It's Blue Mage outfit, so no, probably not.
Boo.
I'm not a big fan of the mask. That's the only thing I dislike. If it didn't have the mask,
yeah, it's fair. I think you can take it off. The mask.
I mean, I can't wear the hat anyway. I'm a fucking Vieira.
Yeah, that too.
What's the point?
I have cleaned out my inventory quite significantly since changing to male Vieira. It's kind of funny.
Yes, I have no hats.
I have more space now. I'm happy.
Yay! I've got no hats to tie me down.
I think the only thing I use for like head glamour is also like glasses or like occasionally like a flower in my head.
Yeah, the what do they call it? Oh no, it's like the paladin pieces, the head pieces, the circlets. Yeah,
the circlets.
Yeah.
There's one circlet I've been like wanting to get, but you got to buy it from the fucking Wog station. It's like really cool, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't have that type of money. Like, if I had that type of money, I would just buy the newer stuff that had just come out because you look like Jon Snow. Who doesn't want to look like Jon Snow?
Right.
Like,
I don't know who Jon Snow is, so
I want to cry.
So you're telling me Chili knows nothing about Jon Snow? He knows nothing about Jon Snow.
Joe Snow.
Oh god.
That's his American counterpart, Joe Snow.
Amazing.
American counterpart would be Joe Ice, right?
Joe Ice.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Joe Snan. Right, so yeah. So Blue Mage is a thing, and then we've got the variant dungeons, right?
Yes,
right.
They're also
Variant
dropping.
Criterion. That mount looks awesome.
That mount is fucking scary.
I still haven't beaten the old ones.
I want that mount because, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure. So it's got a snake tail.
Yeah,
it's got
like chimera, right? Like, but like
like manticore looking. Yeah, look, I want that mount so bad.
We all know I only have half of one chimera in my life. Hashtag chimeras.
Yeah, you shrimp. You shrimp.
Oh my god.
Shrimp.
Also, there's a new book emote as well, by the way, which I'm going to guess also comes from that.
Yeah,
I saw that. There was talk about it potentially being a permanent like rotation instead of just a single one, which is nice.
That's good.
I hope so.
Go ahead.
So I was like,
You know that that they showed off like they showed off a really like Asian like Chinese attire.
Yeah, that's supposed to be part of it
What the fuck is
too.
that?
That'll
It's
become from
supposed to
this as
drop
well.
at the. Yeah, I think it drops in the dungeon.
No, now I'm gonna have to fucking do it because I've been searching.
Well,
for
I
that.
don't think it'll. I don't think it will drop from the dungeon. You'll have to buy it with the currency, remember? Because you get a currency for beating it. Remember?
Right.
I
The
honestly
currency
thought
drops.
it was locked behind Tataru, like how like the last costume thing we got.
Oh yeah.
So I
yeah.
did all of Tataru's stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, go do them. They are fucking
I haven't done those yet.
wholesome. And like that actually like made me tear up a wee bit, and it was
Oh yeah, Sorrow World. It
Dude.
made me sad.
Yeah.
So.
do Tataru's grand adventures, guys. Her grand endeavors, sorry, not adventures. They're good.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's a good series.
I need to do it at some point.
Yeah, you stop playing Clive and come back to us.
Hey, I've been playing 14 as well. I played 14 this week to do some chocobo breeding.
Yeah, like the entire Discord has just been about fucking breeding. Every time I've seen it.
We're playing both games so both Yoshidas can talk to each other about the the crossover. Because Yoshida from 16 has to talk to Yoshida from 14.
As I've said, Yoshida from 14 needs to take Yoshida 16 out for some Wagyu steak and some wine, and then have a lovely evening, and then have it charged to the company, of course. Like, have it as a business expense. He needs some Wagyu steak, some Kobe A5 Kobe Wagyu. I think that's the good one, right? Unless he's vegan, in which case, whatever the vegan equivalent of Wagyu steak is, I don't judge.
I don't know, an avocado. I don't know what expensive is for.
No, there is vegan steaks out there. I just don't know what the equivalent of.
Is it like a mushroom or something?
I don't know what it is exactly.
Or like tofu. I think it's tofu or
tofu,
like a soy-based dish. Yeah.
I know there's like a special like type of like mushroom that apparently tastes like steak.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yep.
Apparently.
I don't know. And if you're vegan,
let us know. Right into the show.
Yeah, we don't mind. We don't mind what you eat as long as it's normal.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Now,
I was leading myself down there because I was worried.
yeah. Look, frog's legs taste great. I don't.
I
care.
fucking love frog's legs. Frog's legs and snails. Oh, mwah.
See, I was so scared about eating anything while I was in France that I didn't eat anything for 24 hours.
Oh no.
Anyone who knows when I went to France last year for an event, I'm like, I'm going to France, everyone. I'm back. I'm hungry. Why? Because I haven't eaten.
Oh wow.
It fucking stinks here.
Oh my goodness.
We the party,
It's because I've got so many allergies. I get so panicky when I'm in a place that I can't read. It's why I didn't want to go to EU Fan Fest when it wasn't in England, because I have so many allergies that I worry about reading any of the language just in case I get one of them wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I've been to NA Fan Fest, because at least most of the time it's in English. Might not be written correctly. Add a U to armor, everyone. But it's almost right.
We're firing shots at everyone. Americans, French. We're just firing shots today.
I traveled a lot of places, so I have no loyalties. You can say what you gotta say.
Well, I've been to America a few times. I love it.
I'm a freelancer. I'm a global freelancer.
Yeah, I respect that. I don't choose any side. I just stay there. I go between them.
I'm just here. I'm along for the ride.
But no, I was talking about the fact that they were going to announce 6.5 last night on stream, because I heard that they were going to do it soon. But I still didn't believe it was going to be next week. I know I heard it was going to be next week from, I think it was Blue Academy. They were talking about the fact it should be next week. Go check out the Blue Academy on YouTube. I still thought it was going to be early August, because I thought they were going to wait until FanFest to announce it there.
Right.
Like, that was going to be late.
It would be a good time too, but yeah.
That would have been technically late, but I mean, come on, we're going to have a long ass wait between content.
Expansions. Oh fuck.
Right.
Yeah, so long. We're on like obviously the last rate here. and we have to like keep that going until like the expansion. I'm like, see, I'm lucky because a lot of people are like already like Omni 90 and stuff, and I'm like, what will you do when this long wait happens?
Oh yeah,
Final Fantasy 11.
I chose not to level, which I'll
definitely.
probably get Omni 90 whilst like waiting for content.
Right. No, I did save a couple classes for that. So
we've got 6.5 in October, or I'm guessing around there, and then we've got nothing until June, apart from the 0.5 patch. So
yeah,
you're gonna have a long wait.
There's gonna be a long wait, but as Yoshi P says, put the game down. When you're waiting, go play another one.
Yeah,
go play
the
Yoshida from 16. Play that game.
Yeah.
And also remember, you'll have Fantasy 7 in like February time as well.
Yeah, Reunion, right? Is that what it is? Or Rebirth?
Rebirth, yeah. And then you'll also have the Final Fantasy 7 gacha game at some point at the end of the year as well.
Ever Crisis. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's like we're a Final Fantasy podcast. There's no other games other than Final Fantasy games.
Hey, Final Fantasy 14. 14 is a theme park for the others.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna squeeze in here for the other games. Guys, remember the Diablo Season 1 days. Also Baldur's Gate 3, you can fucking bear more.
Oh my gosh, that was
but I'm announcing games that come out next year. These are games that come out next month.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And this month.
Dragon Age
and already out.
Maybe.
But no, this year games I'm excited for. I want to go through the Metal Gear Solid collection when that comes out. Nice, I'm excited for that. And I'm a sucker for Naruto, so Naruto to Boruto Storm connections.
Right.
So yeah.
Was I connecting on another flight there for a second? Connection to Boruto. Okay.
Well, no, it's big. I think it's called that because it's connecting Naruto Ultimate Storm 1, 2, and 3, while also adding Boruto content. So, hence the name Connections. So,
connecting flights to the other half of Naruto.
Yeah,
the worst in Naruto, as I like to call it.
I still found it funny when that first translated, and everyone translated his name to Bolt and Salad. Yeah, Bolt and Salad were the two main characters of the new series for a while, because that's what people translated it to.
Who doesn't like Bolt and Salad?
Amazing.
So there are a couple of things I'm looking forward to. Obviously, the Crystalline Conflict is what I'm looking forward to. These next couple of weeks, and then when we get to hear Brian, Ricardo, and Frosty obviously do the hosting of it for the champions and stuff. So I'm going to enjoy that. I like watching a bit of PvP.
Right.
It's a shame it's midnight when it starts. Woo.
No, I don't think it's that late, is it?
Yeah, Sunday for BST, which is British Standard Time. It is 11:59. It starts. Oh no, it's the registration. Shit, I can't read. Oh no! Don't believe what I'm saying. Paul is heavily medicated.
I don't know.
I actually know what the times are.
Let's have a look. Crystalline Conflict, 9 p.m.
Okay.
9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
On the stage and stream schedule of the Final Fantasy Fan Festival in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at that. I was actually just looking at the actual
there does seem to be a lot less content here than normal, though. Is it just me?
I did hear. Yeah, a lot of people pointed out it seemed less.
Because they normally have the battle team on, right, to talk about a fight.
Yeah.
And then there's a Q&A. I don't think there doesn't look like there's a Q&A here. And then there's normally an art and lore section, and I don't think there's
I think that's the day 2 speaking the language of creation, because Kate is the new localization leader.
Okay.
And then it says also Koji Fox will be there for some reason. So
for some reason,
the way they put that is so funny. He's gonna be there, I guess.
I am here.
There he is.
Shows up every now and then. Yeah.
He's just there to wait so that he doesn't have to. He's just there for the Primals concert because he's the singer for that. So he's just there for that.
Right. Yeah. No, that's probably why. Honestly, they're like, "Oh, he's here, so let's get him on the lore panel."
That's the thing. That's the thing I cannot wait for when we go in October. Yeah. That's the Primal concert.
And I'll
do a really good job.
And I'll attend this one this time because I've missed it both times in the past.
Yeah, I'm not letting this. Because I want to be there. I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, it
does look less, but
I wish they would give us light sticks like they did in Japan.
Yeah, I know it's a merch item.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll have any on sale, but definitely that's where I got mine. I have one.
One, so I can afford. Oh, like,
I still remember.
I bought a couple for friends, but you're good. You're good, no worries.
I still remember 2018. Was it 2016? I think it was 2016 NA Fan Fest, where people started queuing up at, I think it was 1 a.m. in the morning for the merch store.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone started queuing up outside the doors at 1 a.m. so they could make sure they were there to buy stuff. People were doing LAN parties on their laptop.
I thought they said you had to like pre-order merch. And get
they do now, but in 2016
they do now. 2016 was. I remember 2016 because I stood in the line during the keynote.
Oh god!
Because I really wanted that lore book so bad, and I was like, I'm not about to, while supplies last, lose my chance, you know. So I stood in line during that show, and yeah, I was able to get my lore book, and it was really funny because by the time I had got everything, because I was up there, I think I was like guest number 20 to put my order in because I walked to the line as soon as those doors opened. And I got my stuff, and then everyone was like, how did he get his stuff? And it's like, because I stood in the line during the keynote. Like, you know, like I know y'all wanted to sit down, and I respect it, but man, I was there for, I had a mission, you know.
I had commitment for that lore book.
I wanted that lore book so bad. I stood in the line for it. I was like, I can do this. And then when it got weary, we all saved our spot. You know, we like sat down and stuff. I mean, it was pretty cool.
I will say I'm disappointed in the fact. Okay, this might sound, because I've got tickets, it sounds so up myself, but I find it weird that you can pre-order the stuff and it's delivered to your house now. Like, I find that I don't know. The idea of the FanFest merch not being FanFest but being for everyone, it feels weird to me. It's good in a way because it means anyone can purchase it, but at the same time, like, it was something you could pick up that was unique at the event, that showed that you went to the event.
Right.
I mean, we are getting something unique, though, aren't we? We're getting the goodie bag.
Yeah, we're going to get the bag.
So.
And I still think there is a merch, because I saw it mentioned somewhere, that there was still going to be like a store to go to. So you'll still be able to get some stuff, I think. But
yeah, with a line like
5
million miles long.
Right, yeah. See, I know.
I won't buy stuff because I'm disabled as it is, so I'd have to sit down. I wouldn't be able to stay in a long line for ages.
Yeah, it's definitely, they make it very difficult to get stuff. I know I need to get into the line for the new boss fight as soon as possible because the Gilded Araya, because we got to see why Ashura is in the game now,
which will probably drop in 6.58.
Yeah. Either there or like if not there, then they'll put it in the new expansion. But yeah,
no, most of the time it's the 0.58 because, like, remember Odin and stuff like that. Dropped.
Right. Yeah, I still think it's funny they made the Proto Ultima. That was because that was the fight for 16, and then they turned, or 2016. Then they turned that into that random encounter in Dun Sky.
Yeah, and then there was like, also there was also Ultima.
Yeah,
that was it. Sorry, Ultima weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the Proto Ultima weapon.
Yeah, which was an Alliance raid fight FanFest.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 2018 was Yojimbo. So
yeah,
that was
Yojimbo.
Cool, but that's what, like, a lot of people knew the secret of Yojimbo before it was announced in games. So it's like, all right, everyone who plays it, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So yeah, I'm expecting a sure on 6.58 or 6.55.
I can
Probably.
see it, yeah, for sure. Right before expansion.
Talk about trials. I feel like that's my issue with this expansion, is the fact that all the trials are MSQ related, and it feels weird that they're not side content
They're
like
not
all the other
separate
previous
content.
Yeah,
right.
It feels weird. I still don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like it because they usually have like really good stories as well. That's what I'm a little upset about because there's no. I guess they kind of traded that off with like there's like new like variant dungeons. I guess that have their own kind of side story. So I guess they wanted to try that differently and see how it goes. I mean, they're good. I still haven't fucking finished it. The variant dungeons. I need to because I want to get the freaking. I want to get the mouse. I just want to get the little mouse guy.
The mouse is great, yeah.
But because I know, obviously, with this new one, that mount doesn't look really cool. But it's like I just want a mouse. The mouse looks pretty cool. But the actual like boss for that, it's a freaking like a rat bard. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Mount Ronka with the mouse / rat bard.
Do you want a fun little lore fact?
Yes, please.
So apparently that mount isn't even that whole thing you see, that mouse isn't even like actually there. The sentience is coming from the tail. So the the little bob at the end of the tail, that's the spirit. And it created a mouse body to be mobile. Yeah, so you
That's great.
So like every teenager male.
It's so crazy too because people don't know that it's like that entire thing is just an ethereal construct. But it's like such a cute mouse. I'm like, you mean like unwilling corpse? Like, like I don't know if cute is the best word for it.
From Pokemon.
Basically, yeah, it's just a manifestation. I thought that was so funny. But yep, there's your little lore bit for today.
That's a great little bit. I like that bit.
Yep.
Now
we should have you on for a full lore episode at some point. I know we're not really lore based today, but we should do a lore show at some point. Maybe.
I can guarantee you, I can rant about the subject for a very long time. So just tell me when.
I want a whole episode, and I want 2 whole episodes to Vieira and Lalafels.
By the way, can you? I've been saying this for the longest time, and maybe I'm wrong, but can you confirm that Lalafell parents put small amounts of poison into the Lalafell kids' tea and food?
That is a 1.0 reference, so it was mentioned in 1.0. So yeah, you're definitely right. That was a family tradition. They would do the I can't remember who the show is. There's a show that a guy does that where he poisons himself, and he's just like, "Look, it's not that bad." I'm like, "Bro, I would never do that." Bad. But yeah, no, they do that to their kids because from what I understand, the reason being is that their home islands, so the Southern Seas Islands, are actually pretty dangerous in terms of like for the wildlife, local wildlife towards them, lots of poisonous wildlife and poisonous plants. So they try to get them immune to the venom before they grow up. So it's pretty crazy.
And they adopted it for when they became more nomad, right? Because they would travel, the Dunes folk would travel around, and they adopted it because that way they were less likely to be poisoned by local, local stuff.
Kept them resilient. To poisons. Yep. Nope.
Yeah,
you're definitely right.
Yeah,
yep, it's a 1.0 thing. So unfortunately, it's not in the game right now, but it was mentioned at one point. So
that's why I've always told people to never accept drinks from Lalafell children, just in case. It's only small amounts of poison, but
hey, you want some scorpion tea? What's that? Oh, it's great. Just start convulsing a bit, like, oh, wait, what did you put in my beverage? It's like, this doesn't feel good at all. They're like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of poison. That's why they called scorpion tea. It's like, I would have never figured that out. I can't believe you actually put a scorpion in it. Like, oh, that's so funny. But yeah, no, definitely. If you want to do a character lore episode at any point, I'm totally down for that.
And I guess story spoilers. I don't think Paul has finished MSQ yet, so we're not going to go too much into it. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Do you think? By the way, this is from Susan Sprinkle from Motion Radio. Go check out Motion Radio. Do you think that Erenville has gone back home to bang?
Okay, so
Where
I
can
saw
I
that on
join
Twitter.
him?
I saw that mention on Twitter, and it's funny. It's a funny thought, but I will have to say I don't think that's the case, because if I understand the way they've introduced the green word, he's already been exiled because he has a city name. He's already well established in Charlian as a gleaner. So I don't think he's. I think if he's going back, there's some personal things he's having to take care of at his homeland.
Yeah, but now he could be, as I said, now we can use the word, the sentence, I know the warrior of light.
Yeah. No, that could definitely give him some reprieve, I'd imagine. I don't know how strict the green word
reprieve.
is
That's what.
he's
not going to get reprieve after saying that in the land of the hornies.
Yeah, I that's the thing. It's like, as far as we know, he's exiled, so he would be going back against the rules, but like probably has a very serious reason why he's doing that. And the thing is, they mention it in his short story first that he was thinking about going back home. So I actually thought that was really cool that they did that. But yeah, that's my thing. I don't know, and if that's the case as well, if it's like, oh hey, we forgive you, you can come back to the jungle. We'll see.
We got fun and games.
Right.
Can I
Literally, they had Ultima chilling there that entire for several thousand years. Who knows what's going to be hanging out in the jungle? Like, a ton of fun stuff.
At least say like in the expansion we go there.
It would be a good start. It would be a good launch, I think. I mean, because we can network Golmore into Southern Ilsabard and Corvos. So I just
won't leave. This is my home now.
Yeah.
So I will say with the anniversary, I will say with everyone pointing out the fact the anniversary logo looks a lot like the Fantasy 11 Wings of the Goddess logo.
Oh. Yeah.
That I feel like if there's going to be, they might make the jungle inspired by Yota jungle, maybe from 11. Because that was a very pretty place, and there's like loads of temples and stuff like that. Maybe they'll have a zone that references that in the new expansion, if it's a jungly area.
It would be cool.
And then I'm gonna cry because I always got lost there, and always died there.
It was nice. I loved Raktika. That was jungle. Yes. I love jungle aesthetic.
Favorite place.
There was a temple you had to. There was a temple you had to go to for MSQ. And there was an area near that as well. You had to go past that area to get to Norg. But there was a cliff you had to go down. But the cliff had 5 holes, and one of the holes was the correct hole. And all the holes look about the same. So you had to remember which hole it was to go down so you could get out.
I mean, any hole's a goal.
Yeah. And then you went to the temple. I can't remember what the temple was called now. But that's where that's where the Tomberries live, and the Tomberry King is there.
Oh well, they're very good at making holes. Fair.
So
with them nine.
And in 11, every time you killed a Tomberry, you got a stack of invisible Tomberry hate. And then
Rancor.
Yeah, Rancor. That meant when they did everybody's grudge, you could get one-shotted. Unless you pay tribute to the Tomberry to reset your hate.
Right. I love how they borrowed that mechanic for Wanderer's Palace, because that's literally how that boss fight works. You can't kill any of the ads during the boss fight, because then you get a stack of Rancor, and if he uses everyone's grudge, you die. I'm like, I remember when that first happened to a Sprout I was running with, and I was like, poor buddy. I was like, you had no idea, did you? You just... They thought they were doing a good job killing all the ads, and we're like, no, stop, don't do that. And they're like, why? And then AoE, whoop. And I was like, well, I mean, that's probably, pain's the best teacher sometimes. But no, that was funny. I didn't realize they used that mechanic in 11 at first, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you had everybody's grudge and everybody's Rancor. Grudge was the normal version. And then Rancor was the one that I think the Notorious Monster did, which just multiplied the damage. So it did more than it would normally do.
Right.
So, yeah, it was something.
But yeah,
so,
that's...
Sorry, carry on.
No, you're good. It's super cool. I like the hints that they've left.
But yeah, no, the Fantasy 11 goddess was called the Dawn Goddess.
Right.
So we're entering a new dawn, and then they've got the image that looks like the Dawn Goddess from 11. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, because 11's like, or 14 is supposed to be like a spiritual successor. I mean, a lot of its roots are built out of it. Same dev team and everything. So
I mean, it's basically the same races as 11.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's where they all come from. Like, I think when people do ask, they'll be like, what's the inspiration for that? I'm like, 11. No, just look at the races. 11's exactly. I mean, they're pretty much the same vocabulary too. A lot of the same languages.
Yeah.
So,
except for, I guess, sorry for the lewd discussion here, but I'm guessing one of the major differences is the fact that Hrothgar actually, Rogadon actually had penises. Galkas do not.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well then.
No, Galkas, if I'm rightly, asexual, and they come back via rebirth. When one dies, they're reborn back in their hometown, and then But the issue is, their hometown was overtaken by giant ants. So that means that a lot of them don't even survive getting back, because they will they'll be reborn with their memory wiped.
Right, and then die again.
Then die again because of all the giant killer ants.
So they're basically guardians.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy though.
But one every couple of generations is born with the knowledge of the previous ones to keep it alive.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So there you go. And fun fact, that's where the main villain from the original expansions come from, the Shadow Lord. So there you go.
Oh wow, okay. Huh. Man, I'm learning a lot today. That's super cool. One day I'll play 11 just to try it out, because I mean,
I've said that I'm going to go back in August, because a few people want me to play it, so I'm hoping to go back in August to replay 11. So because I'd never played any of the later expansions, and supposedly the later expansions changed a lot of the original story. So
right.
But no, I know we don't have much time left with you because you're a busy person. But tell us what you've got planned, and is there anything you plan to do?
So as of right now, of course, just getting FanFest stuff prepped, getting the trip prepped. We got to make sure everything is like, I know I have a lot of friends I'm going to be meeting up there, and so they want to do a bunch of different stuff. I had the idea. I was thinking about going live at some point while I'm at FanFest in the hotel, just to be like, hey guys, I'm here, and like maybe something to that effect, but nothing solid yet, because I still got to figure out if I can manage the travel information, or getting the laptop across into the plane, out of the plane, all that stuff. If I can do that, then we'll probably do a stream there. But other than that, I'm currently so I just finished moving actually a couple days ago or last week, and so I'm unpacking right now. So once that most of that is done, then I'll get back to prepping the YouTube channel. I wanted to start releasing some lore videos. The plan I had for the YouTube channel was to go over the near reincarnation event. So they recently did a second version of the Final Fantasy 14 crossover, and there's a lot of really good lore about the Hades weapons that was dropped, and some of the lore for the weapons for the artifact weapons and stuff like that. There's some pretty good lore that we haven't seen. So I wanted to talk about that in some videos, and just keep playing 16 on Twitch and try to beat it. So that's everything I got right now on the list, but balancing all of that out before we get ready for the trip and bounce up there.
And then you have a Destiny 2 event coming up soon based on the final shape, right? Yes,
August is going to be the showcase, so definitely some big stuff there. Yeah, no, a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of cool stuff to interact with. But as always, specifically the lore. If you ever want to know something lore related to your favorite franchise, chances are I'm willing to rant about it. So chances are I know some enough to be able to talk about it and get the stories going, because it's some good stuff. So definitely excited to go over all of that.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for inviting me again. Appreciate it.
we'll have you on again to talk about Lalafels and Vieras.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other races too, probably, maybe.
No.
If we have time.
No, we don't have time.
Look, I have to be fair and balanced, okay? I have to pretend to be fair and balanced, okay?
I will not pretend. I will not be a facade. I already told like a lot of people. I think that when I'm like going through, like, I think I think limbs. I always say like a cat girl. I'm like, I fucking hate cat girls. Say cat boy, cat boys. I always go for. I don't know. I just have a hate for cat girls and cat boys. I don't know why. I don't know what spurred me onto that. Rogalians are alright. I like Femrose. Femrose pretty cool. Lalafels are always adorable. I found out you have so much confidence as a Lalafell because you can say anything to anyone as a Lalafell and they're like, "Oh, thanks." Like I get scared if I say anything. I get scared if I say anything as a bunny boy now. So I had that that one little arc of Paul being a Lalafell. Like I had that little arc, and I was like messaging people that their glamours look cool and stuff. Like, oh, thanks. Yours look really cute, little cute Lalafell. I'm like, yeah. I would never say that as a bunny boy now because it just seems like I'm a pervert or something. I'm like, yeah, no. Stay clear.
See, and don't forget that the voice actor for Clive is going to be playing a Lalafell later this year. So
is.
I'm starting to feel like there's a contract with Yoshi P where like if you start playing the game and if you're working for a fantasy game, you have to be a Lalafell.
You have to be a Lalafell, right?
And be a black mage. That is the.
Yep.
I don't think you have to be a black mage. You just have to be a Lalafell because is also a Lalafell, right? Sakaguchi.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yep. So the creator of Final Fantasy, the creator of 14, and then the voice actor for Clive, all Lalafells.
Yeah, so I
feel a trend there.
I'm starting to feel like there's a trend. Yeah.
Right.
It is in your contract if you ever start playing Final Fantasy 14. It's in their contract. In the fine print.
That's funny.
So, Chili, what have you got plans for the?
Well, I'm going to continue my planning out my playthrough of Fantasy 16, which you can go check out on our YouTube channel where I've been playing through 16. I'm going to be starting Blue Mage content next week when the patch drops because I love Blue Mage and I want to get all of it done. And then hopefully we're going to start Fantasy 11 in August, depending on if I can get it working or not. Retail, of course, not private server like I was before. With the lovely Fortune Favor, I'll be hopefully joining in their group, Fortuna Favor.
Okay.
So they're doing stuff on 11, so hopefully I can join them for stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Paul, what are you up to?
Fuck knows when it comes to streaming. I've been so out of the loop. There are a bunch of games. Secretly, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16 in my own time. In Chin playing that. It's a great game. I've been enjoying it. But there is also a certain game where it has also contracted my life, which is Diablo. And obviously Diablo 4 has a Season 1 coming up, so I will be playing that. But we also got Baldur's Gate 3 as well. I'm really hyped for that. I've had that game for ages, and I can't wait for it to finally come out of early access and be fully released. So we'll probably see some streams about that. And then I also do another podcast. I'm now officially a part of another podcast called Good Morning Thaddeus.
Nice.
So I'm now part of that as a Dragon Age podcast. It makes it a whole lot more easier. I don't have to do it. I don't have to do my own. I started trying to do my own one, and then it just didn't collapse. So now I'm with them doing it. A lot of fun. And then come September, I will have a new game to live stream and play. Yeah. And that game will be Cyberpunk. It'll be a Cyberpunk playthrough.
Oh, I don't know why I heard South Park. I was really confused for a second there.
No.
I was like, what South Park game? Because I would play that because I liked the previous ones.
Right.
The last ones were great.
We'll be playing a full Let's Play of Cyberpunk and the new DLC, which is Liberty.
Nice.
Phantom Liberty. So.
Well, I guess while we're talking about other podcasts, I will be a guest on the next Coffee and Carbuncle episode, episode 10. I will be hosting it. I'll be hosting someone else's podcast. But no,
Seems valid.
I'll be a guest on Coffee and Carbuncle for episode 10. Thank you again for having me on. I'm looking forward to it. And then I will also be a guest on the Crystalline Lantern podcast, which is being done by some wonderful content creators. The Crystal Lantern, sorry, not the Crystal. I know Lighthide Gaming and Luminous Zero, two of the hosts for the Crystal Lantern. Their first episode might go up this weekend, I think. And then I am a guest on their FanFest episode early next month.
Nice.
So please look forward to that.
Yeah, when Chili went on his on Sly's birthday Shogun's thing, do you know how many acts and messages I got saying good luck? And I'm like, what? I was like, so confused.
Hey, I gave you a shout out.
Yeah, I was like, I was so confused. Like, people were saying me good luck. I didn't do anything, did I?
To be fair, I tried my best to fit as many showers as I could in 15 minutes. I think I did a good job.
You did do a good job.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So thank you to Sly for allowing me to be on your birthday party, and thank you for. I just hope you had a lovely birthday. It was fun. Thank you for doing something like that. It gave people a chance to be able to promote their products, promote their content and other things. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 173 of Moogle Go Round Radio. Episode 174 will be out the day before FanFest. And we'll be doing FanFest predictions, of course, with the always incredible Wobbsy, hopefully.
Wob.
Yeah, Wobbsy.
Nice.
So we should have the Wobbsy on.
The Wobbinator.
And then we'll have a special episode of Moogle Go Round the week after with Maelstrom Radio.
Nice.
So you can have. We're going to be back twice.
Back. You cannot handle the back-to-back.
So until we're back again, this has been Moogle Go Round Radio.
And we're signing off.
Yeah, bye. To the land of lust. Bye.
Amazing. Bye.
Go check out Warriors of Lust. Actually. Bye. I'm a Lala fella, so I don't know anything about that. We're good boys and girls. Honest.
We don't have mating
Bye.
seasons. We have poisoning seasons.
Bye, everyone.
Poison.
Bye.